I was training for a half Ironman and my knee just locked up. I couldn't even really get out of my car. I was just in pain.
I had just a little tweak in the knee. It started popping a little bit. Supposedly it was torn cartilage on both sides. Had the surgery, woke up after surgery. I did not ever get to return to skiing. Then I went to California to another doctor to try to put it all back together, but the pain was excruciating. I literally could not get up on a ski.
About 10 years ago, I had the Arthro surface hemicap done in my right shoulder. I hurt my shoulder, I fell down the stairs and broke the shoulder.
I first dislocated my left shoulder when I was 14 years old. I was a freshman, and I was hitting the tackle and dummy, and it just popped out. And from that day forward, it just kept happening again and again and again and again. And by the time I was 45, I was in some pretty serious pain.
So growing up, I played sports, started playing golf in college, and I just got addicted to the sport. Gradually, by the time I hit about 35 years old is when I started feeling pain in my big toe joints. It was getting tough to move them. I lost flexibility in them, but there was a lot of severe pain when I'd exercise and work out.
I had my own private track in my front yard. I had 16 acres. I had known to jump. I was trying to think what gear to take it in. I flew up so high. I came down to the left, my helmet came in, broke my collarbone. I landed right on the shoulder, and then I fractured 4 ribs right here like this.
I had a right shoulder resurfacing done after about 3 or 4 years of severe pain and unable to sleep, unable to do any mountain bike riding, road bike riding without a tremendous amount of pain. Just pretty much miserable.
Before Arthro surface, my life was a total disaster. I had 6 failed knee surgeries, major knee surgeries, 2 of them where they cut my knee.
From the time I was 12 or 13 years old, I liked to play ball. I was the kid that slept with his glove under his pillow. And so I think the damage happened when I was young. I had the first surgery on my shoulder. I was probably 23, 24 years old, but still the shoulder would hurt most of the time. I play in a league down in Spring Hill, Florida, and towards the end of the season, I was having a hard time hitting the ball, and the pain got to the point where I just couldn't hardly do that. And plus it was starting to wake me up at night, so it was really getting to be aggravating.
I was living with a high grade of pain. It limited my walking abilities, it limited my activities, I was unable to work. I needed some help.
I played soccer when I was a kid growing up, and when I was about 15 years old, I started to have knee pain. And I went to my dad and I said, I just can't play soccer anymore, my knees hurt. We actually went outside of the orthopedic field to a different doctor that sent me to an orthopedic doctor that did some surgery to me. And the screws that they had put in my knees had worked their way out and shredded everything inside my knee. My entire meniscus was shredded and into the opposing bone was shredded. It just got worse and worse. I had so much pain and I was 22 years old, and that's just no way to live.
I teach yoga. 5 years ago, we were working on headstands and I fell. And when I fell, I came down hard on my toe. So I went to several different doctors. He put a screw in the toe. And then after about a year, the pain started coming back.
In 1972, I was ranked in the top 10 in the world. February 73, I was #1 in the world. My shoulder had been bothering me since around 1995. Couldn't shift gears, turn on the radio.
In 2003, I received my hemicap, and 10 years later, I don't even know that I have a hemicap. Arthro surface has given me a great outlook. I never think that I have any limits.
My surgery was in April. Almost 6 months later, here I am today, and I'm back doing and leading the life that I love. I'm just really happy, and I wish I did this years ago.
I was in the hospital for a couple days afterward. Once I had it done, I mean, it was night and day. You know, it just completely changed my life. No pain. Within 90 days, I was back on the water, and I won the Senior World Championships within 8 months in Mexico.
He started surgery around 11 o'clock in the morning, and I was going home by 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I did very intensive physical therapy for 6 months. I'm very grateful to my hemicap. I can do whatever I want. I can lift my arm, move my arm, lift my grandkids, no problem. I can bake, I can garden, I don't even feel it. I don't feel anything, so it's like nothing happened to me ever.
So had the surgery, woke up in recovery, and Next morning, the PA came in and chatted with me a little bit and chatted with the nurses, and they decided that I was doing so well that I didn't need to stay another day. He said to me, I have never seen a patient do as well as you're doing. He goes, you really are doing amazing. Well, since the surgery, I've been really active. One of the things that I really feared with a total shoulder replacement was that I wouldn't be able to do things with my children. Well, the Arthro Hemicap has made it so I can, and it's restored my lifestyle to the point where I am able to do these things with my kids and have lots of fun and share lots of good times with them while I still can.
Well, I had my surgery on Friday afternoon, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was probably home in my own bed at 7 o'clock that night. So that was pretty quick, which was nice. 24 hours had gotten by. I was standing up by my bedside, and by a day and a half later, I was walking down the hallway. A shock to me, but brought great happiness.
I came across Arthro, and I was literally excited that I was going to go have the surgery. And next thing you know, you wake up and you got tape on your shoulder and you're on the healing process. 6 months later, I'm back to the gym now, be able to lift more than what I could before the surgery because I was going downhill. Now I'm heading back up, but there's no pain anymore. If I would have known all that stuff 5 years ago, I would have done 5 years ago.
My surgeon finally decided I would have to have surgery to repair my shoulder. He discussed the Arthro shoulder prosthetics, and that's what we proceeded with. Had surgery in November. Now I've got more use, 100% less pain. Thank you, Arthro, because of your prosthetic devices, I'm now able to do everything I wanted to do with no pain.
The Arthro really saved my career. It saved my life. I was back at teaching in 2 weeks, literally pain-free, just absolutely phenomenal.
So we did the surgery. I stayed the night, woke up the next day, and I actually felt pretty good. The procedure was great. Honestly, out of all the surgeries I've had, it was the most pain-free surgery that I've ever had in my life. It was a piece of cake. I'm about 8.5 months post-surgery now. I'm back in the gym. I'm back lifting weights again. I'm probably playing 30 softball games a month and I can throw again. Life is just normal for me now, and I'm very, very thankful, and I feel very blessed.
I went to see Dr. Miniacci, and he told me about the Arthro Unicap. The recovery was very quick. Did all the physical therapy, and I don't have any limitations with my working out, with playing soccer, with teaching Zumba. There isn't anything that I couldn't do if I wanted to.
So when he suggested this, I went for it, and I had the operation. It's the best thing I've ever done. And in 3 months after surgery, I actually benched 300 pounds.
So I met Dr. San Giovanni, and he strongly recommended the Arthro implant. He did the surgery, everything went well, there were no complications, and the motion, the range of motion that I had with the implant, who could have ever imagined? And so now I'm 6 months out, and I don't even think about it anymore. I got back to my yoga life, but more important, I got back to my overall life. Thank you, Arthro